Hey guys, this is how to get video production or photography clients with Instagram DM. I've got to do a bunch of outreach for my own agency today, so I thought I might as well share this with you and show you some strategies on how we use Instagram DM to drive more sales to our business. So the first point is always focusing on a niche or a particular industry that we're going to go after. The reason for that is because when we are sending out messages, we want to keep it as easy as possible for you and not having to think of something new to say every time. And when you're jumping around in industries, that can often happen. I've just typed in solar because we've got quite a few solar clients at the moment, and the first thing that's come up is this solar event that's happening here in the UK. Now, events are really good to go after on Instagram because if you go to followers, the people who are following that event are likely to be ideal customers of that particular niche, and therefore there's a huge potential for them to be ideal customers for you too. And as you can see here, the people following them, there's loads of people in the kind of solar industry, so we're going to go after them. Now, effectively what we're doing at this point of the process is what's called lead generation, where we're just trying to get loads of data of people that we can outreach to. Now, I'm obviously doing this on the fly, but there's a few other ways that you can do this. You can use online AI tools like Phantom Buster. You could also pay someone on Fiverr on online jobs to create a whole lead list for you. So they'll put it into an Excel spreadsheet. You can just go through and click them. It will open up their profiles and all the relevant contact information so that you can get in touch with that person. I'm going to show you the slightly longer way because I appreciate that some of you might not have the money to invest into those platforms. So both ways are effective. One just provides a bit more volume at a much quicker pace than the way that I'm showing you now. Nonetheless, let's take this ETJ Renewables. If we click onto them and then we click on the follow button, sometimes, or okay, it depends if it's a business page or a non-business page. I'll try and find one that's potentially non. So if I go to these guys, for instance, AB Energy, I was following them from earlier. You can click on this button here to the side. You can see suggested accounts, and it's just another way to, again, find loads of accounts that are in the similar sort of industry that you're going after to begin with. Sometimes when you follow people on Instagram as well, it will come up with like, why not look at these accounts? Then you can just go through, make note of them, follow them, apply the same strategies I'm about to show you on each of those too. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back for the moment to these guys and then go through, first of all, just take a look at their website as well. So the first thing I'm trying to get an understanding of is, do they already have video content? And for you, if you're videography or photography or video editing, it's just doing a bit of a background check first, right? If they've got loads of amazing images, then you're going to probably tailor your message a little bit differently to someone who doesn't have anything. I mean, these guys have obviously got a couple of photos. Looks like they're just done using maybe an iPhone, maybe some stock footage, no videos whatsoever. Let's just have a quick look at their gallery. Yeah, again, really, really boring. So they're not doing a great job here at like really separating themselves from the rest of the industry. Yeah, okay. So pretty standard, very basic website. Their social media looks okay. Yeah, kind of a mix. I mean, they are posting fairly regularly as well. So maybe these guys just, they have a problem with posting regularly. Maybe they're just doing it themselves. Unlikely they've got a marketing department, or they just don't know how this can have an impact on their business. Now, of course, they do have contact information on here, which we could go through and call them. But what we're going to try and do is we're going to use a DM outreach strategy today. So I'm going to click on message. And this is where you have to be mindful that when we send a message, it's going to go straight through to their message requests folder. It's not going to go through to their inbox. So what I would suggest with this is if you follow the page, you interact with a few of their posts, and then send them a message, they're much more likely to pick it up. And there's a few different strategies that you can use here, and I'll talk you through them before I show you the one that I'm going to choose today. So first of all, we might want to ask them some information about their business. So it might be like, hey guys, I can see you're in the renewable sector. Do you do battery storage as well as solar? Kind of like presenting it as a opportunity for there might be some business. So they're going to pick up on that and be like, okay, well, I'll entertain this because there might be some work for us in this. And then say like, yes, yeah, we also do that as well. I'll say, okay, that's awesome. We've worked with a few guys recently, like your business. This is what we've managed to produce for them. Would you be interested in having a conversation to help you drive more sales, or whatever you think their goal is going to be? Because all of these conversations around sales, and this is a running theme on this channel, it's never about what you're selling in terms of photography or videography. It's about selling the solution to their problem. Is their main goal of their business to drive more sales? Probably. What's the challenge stopping them from doing that at the moment? Maybe it's the fact that people don't know they exist. Maybe they just do it by word of mouth at the moment. What is that reason? And if we can really tap onto that And that's why having a niche is important, because you'll understand it much quicker, because you'll be like, oh yeah, we've seen this happen time and time again. I know exactly how to help you in your business. That's where a niche becomes really important. But sometimes when you're starting out, you have a diverse portfolio. There's nothing wrong with that. We made a few $100,000 before we even got to a point of niching down. So I would suggest that like just focus on one area to do all of your sales process in a day is going to be really a key thing to help you better understand them. And also it means you're not saying different stuff all the time. What I'm actually going to do with this is, and we want to, again, do anything possible to get them to move from the message requests folder over to their inbox. And I normally find the best way of doing this is either a voice note or sending them a photo and saying like, hey, we've recently done this, or I've just seen your competitor do this. I think we can do something better. However, to spark that attention, or the way I'm actually going to do is through a video, because there's nothing that can replace that kind of like me being on camera. Hey, I'm Ross. Nice to meet you. I was just taking a look at your page. You actually came up as a suggested account. We've done a lot of work in this sector. This is what we do. And well, rather than just telling you this, let's give it a go. Now, don't worry as well if this goes wrong, because you can always just stop and do another one. Like when you get into a flow, you'll be able to absolutely like smash these out. But I haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm going to just, give it my best shot. So here we go. Hey guys, hope you're keeping well. My name is Ross, and I run a video marketing agency. No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to get straight in there with it. Discard that and let's start again. And this is the thing, right? You can go wrong. You can pick back up on it. I basically just want to get to the point. I just come across your channel. What I just told you guys a minute ago. You know what happens as soon as you start recording? The nerves come out. Hey guys, hope you're keeping well. I just came across your channel and... Okay. This could be a long one to kick the day off. Hey guys, hope you're keeping well. My name is Ross. I just came across your profile because Instagram suggested that I follow you guys, mainly because we do a lot of work in this sector. So I just wondered if you were open to having a conversation, because when I had a look at your website, I was completely amazed that there was no video content on there whatsoever. Video content is like one of the most key ways to drive more inquiries, because when people go and check out your website or they look at your social media, they need that thing to kind of push them through to that next step. And photos alone don't always do the best job of doing that. So what we do is we create content that drives those conversions, pushes more sales. Like we said, we've worked with loads of businesses just like yours. So I just wondered if you're open to kind of like a 15-20 minute chat. I can share some value, some places on the website and types of videos that I know would be valuable for you. Absolutely no obligation. Would just love the opportunity to see if that's something you're interested in. Anyway, take care guys. Look forward to hearing from you. Great. We can refine that more and more. And by the way, I've thrown some shade on photography there because they're already doing some photography. If I was a photographer, then what I'd be doing is I'd be probably going down a slightly different route and being like, hey, yeah, we do lots of photography in this sector. We really help drive more engagement. Nothing builds like emotional connection like good photography, but you know, whatever that looks like, it's about your business and where you think you can provide some value. I'm just going to run with that at the moment. I'm going to click send on that as well. So send them a video. We'll just leave it as a video for the time being. If I don't hear anything, then I might follow up with them and send them a message, just something like, hey guys, did you get a chance to watch the video above? Let me know what you think, something like that. If I don't hear again, then I might comment on one of those posts just to say next time they post something and it pops up on my feed, I'm just going to say like, yep, hey guys, I just dropped you a DM. Would you mind checking it out? Look forward to, speaking with you or something like that. Okay, great. So while I'm on a roll, I'll do another one because I don't always use exactly the same thing. I just let it flow. I let whatever comes out, and I kind of like, just by looking at their page and looking at that business, try and work out like, okay, where can I provide some value here? What's going to make them tick? Where can I really try and like drive that response more importantly? Let me just pick another one. Let's go to this AB Energy one that we looked at earlier on as well. So same thing, just going to do a bit of due diligence. They're not in this country, so that's fine. Just gonna move on to the next one then. Smart carbon market, again, not in this country. This is the thing, by the way, as well. This is where actually paying for someone to do some lead generation for you is going to be really effective because it's going to save you a whole bunch of time. Not that this takes too long, but you start to get an idea. Solar supplier, so they're a supplier. Let's go through here as well. So I can obviously go through Instagram, by the way, and then just kind of search UK. So these guys are based around London, electrical and mechanical contractors. I'm guessing they're following that because they do solar as well. So again, bit of due diligence. Let's have a little look here. Videos aren't getting too much. Let's see what their videos look like. Okay. Boring. Bit more creative, but you have to ask yourself as well, and this is where businesses go wrong, is does this appeal to me as a customer? Don't know, because businesses like do what they think looks good, but it's never about your business. It's always about the customer. They've got some interesting projects though. At least that's the main thing. How regularly are they posting? Yeah, semi regular as well. Great. Okay, fantastic. Let's have a quick look at their website. Great, cool, banner video will look really nice on that page there. No other video content. Again, don't want to spend loads of time here, but I just want to make sure I'm going to provide them with some value, and I'm not going to say something that they're already doing. So services was key. So domestic, commercial, renewable tech. So yep, great stuff. So solar panel, solar PV, battery storage, lighting. Let's go with these guys then. So first of all, let's give them a follow, and let's go with another video. See how many takes this takes. I still get nervous, by the way. Yeah, every video I do, I still get a little bit nervous because I'm like, I really want this to come across well. And that's just with practice as well. And the challenge of running a business is that you're doing some filming, you're doing some editing, you're running a team, etc. And then like you still have to do sales. But yeah, it's just because you're a little bit out of practice. Hey guys, hope you're keeping well. You actually just came up on my Instagram recommended because we do a lot of work with a lot of electricians and solar and building contractors, etc. So I suggest... Okie dokie. Hey guys, I hope you're keeping well. You actually came up as a suggested profile to follow on Instagram. I guess that's because we do a lot of work in this sector. So a lot of solar and building and tradespeople, etc. I just wondered if you guys were open for a chat, because when I looked at your website, I was super surprised that there was no video content on there whatsoever. I know you've got a couple of kind of Instagram videos that are kind of like semi-average on your page. But look, we sit as a video production company. We help tradespeople, construction people. We've done a lot with solar to drive some real good results. And what we do is really about creating content that's going to drive you more inquiries. And there's some key videos that sit on your website that will be able to do that. Because ultimately, if people go onto your website and you look the same as everyone else, every other solar business that they've been looking at or building contractor, etc., then there's nothing that separates you from the rest, and that's when they shop around. So if you're open to having a chat, I'd love that opportunity. I'll provide some free value, no obligation whatsoever, but it would just be good to have a talk. Love it. I had to wrap that up pretty quickly just before it timed out. Great stuff. So I'm just going to send that over to them. And again, same process before with just following up. And you see how that time I took a slightly different route. I feel like starting to get into the groove of it, starting to really think about their business, where we could potentially help, and just adapting it slightly. Yes, that's taken me a little bit longer, maybe about 15, 20 minutes as I've been explaining it to you as well. But you could see how within an hour, I could easily smash off like 20 of these, and that's just constantly, spend half a day doing that, or a couple of hours in the morning. That's loads of opportunities that you've been able to reach out to new businesses and do it in a really unique way, and play around with it. Use some different multimedia. So maybe send a voice note, send a photo, send some text, do whatever that will really help move it from that requested folder into the DM folder as well. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to follow up with these guys about every 2 days until you get a yes or a no answer. And remember, no is a great answer to have, because at least you know where you stand with that business. The worst thing is not having any response whatsoever, because now you're using more of your time to continue to follow up with them. Do that about every 2 days. Normally within a message or two, they'll start to reply with a yes or a no, or they're open to it, just been busy. And that's when you want to book them in for a meeting, get them in on 15 to 30 minute discovery call where you can learn more about their business, ask them some questions, and ultimately close them as a new client. I'm going to get cracking with that now. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please make sure you're subscribed. It tells us we're doing a good job and helps us grow the channel so we can do more videos like this. If there's anything else you want to see, I'm open to suggestions. So make a note in the comments below and we'll take a look at them for next time. All the best. Bye for now.